Hey guys, Kelsey K here. I'm going to give you some of my predictions for RWBY Volume 5 and future volumes. Just so you know, RWBY and its characters belong to Rooster Teeth. I do not own these characters, but I am using their images under terms of fair use. First off, Oscar will attend Haven Academy and or be tutored by Crow. At the end of Volume 4, Oscar met Crow in a bar and asked for his cane back. Crow gave it back and said, "Good to see you again, Oz." Based on the fact that Oscar has seemingly no battle experience, I think he will either need to attend school to learn how to fight, or Crow will tutor him. Either way, he will learn to fight in the next season. Oscar will meet the members of Team Ranger. Oscar and Ranger are both in Mistral now, and both are certain to have interaction with Crow, so it's more than likely they will meet. Yang's PTSD will be a bigger issue. It was very clear in Volume 4 that Yang had PTSD after losing her arm. I didn't really think they covered the issue very well in Volume 4. I think they understated the PTSD because they were going to use it more in Volume 5. RWBY's dreams about Pyrrha will finally be addressed. The fandom was pretty frustrated when RWBY's dreams about Pyrrha in Volume 4, Episode 2 were never addressed again. I think they will most likely address it in Volume 5. I don't think they'll wait too long to address it because the Pyrrha storyline really will only be relevant for the few volumes after her death. Lionheart isn't necessarily a bad guy. Lionheart was meeting with Dr. Watts at the end of Volume 4. Based on what Watts said, Salem is personally acquainted with Lionheart. However, I don't think Lionheart is necessarily a bad guy per se. I think he works for Salem out of a sense of self-preservation. He wants his kingdom to survive, and he thinks that working for Salem will protect his kingdom. Based on his namesake, I'm willing to bet he's a bit of a coward. What's his cowardice more than working for the bad guy to save yourself? Yang will encounter Raven whether she wants to or not. A friend suggested this idea to me, and I agree with her. I don't think Yang is actually seeking out Raven, but one way or another she will encounter her. I'm inclined to think Yang is trying to join RWBY, but Raven's tribe will get in her way. Weiss will join up with Team Ranger. I think Weiss will join up with Ranger first, as opposed to Yang, because the creators have given such emphasis on Weiss and RWBY being besties. How that might happen, I really don't know. Gira will die, not necessarily in Volume 5. Gira is a very important man in many respects. He's both chieftain of Menagerie and the former leader of the White Fang. Gira was raising some death flags in Volume 4. I don't know if it was just me who saw that. Gira seems to be the nicest character in the show, at least of the adult variety. As far as we know now, he seems to have no other motives other than love for his family. Gira knows everything about Adam's plot to take over the White Fang and attack Mistral. If Adam was to target anyone other than Blake, it would be Gira. Ren will die, not necessarily in Volume 5. Like Gira, Ren was giving off some serious death vibes in Volume 4. For a short time, I was convinced the Nuckalave was going to kill him, but I realized they wouldn't kill off a major character so soon after Pyrrha's death. Ren is one of my favorite characters. I don't want him to die, but like Pyrrha, Ren is receiving a lot of character development quite quickly. It could be argued that the same thing happened to Jean, however, I don't think Jean will die. To a point, I do subscribe to the popular Juniper will die theory, but I'm kind of on the fence about whether or not Jean will die. If he dies, it will be very late in the series. As for Ren, even in Volume 4, when his story was a major part of the season, it wasn't really related to the main journey. In fact, the Nuckalave seemed more like a tangent. So up to this point, it doesn't seem like Ren will be very important in the future plot. So at some point in the future, I think he, and probably Nora because they are and always will be a pair, will die. So those are some of my predictions for the future of RWBY. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and be sure to like this video. Thank you for watching!